Everyone, welcome back to the channel. I thought I would come on and share with you a little tutorial that I have come up with today. Now, if you've seen my haul a couple of days ago, I hauled some of these memo blocks. I got these for 75p each, and there's absolutely tons in them. I've taken 50 off the top of this one, and I've actually taken off another 50, so there's 100 came off of that, and there's still tons in it. And I thought, what am I going to do with them? You know, they're nice enough to gift to people, but they're quite, you know, not very personal and things like that. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I decided to split them into packs of 50, because it's quite, you see there, it's quite a wedge. I thought that'd be quite handy. So I thought, right, I'm going to make something for my handbag, and this is what I've came up with. Now, I didn't look on YouTube. There is probably tons of tutorials on how to make sticky notebooks and notepad books or whatever, but I like to come up with my own measurements and my own tutorials. So the reason being is because this memo block measures 3.5 by 4. So instead of having a look through all different tutorials for the right size, I thought I would just come up with my own, and it's quite fun as well. So as you can see here from all my mishaps, it took me quite a wee bit. I'm not the best at measuring, but hey ho, I got there, and this is what I've came up with. So let me show you. It's this little pad memo holder. Now the writing will be back to front, but it says life is good, and I die cut out this pineapple, and I've made it so that the pen can clip onto the spine, because I thought, how am I going to make it? Am I going to put a loop on the side, or what am I going to do? But no, I managed to do it so that I had enough space at the edge to put my pen on. So what happens is it flips open, and I've made a little pocket here for like receipts, or if you write something here and you want to keep it, you can pop it in there. So I've made that, and I've just put it on a closure with this magnet tape. Again, I've said it before in tutorials, if you use the little round magnets, you can put it underneath your paper so that you don't see it, but this magnet tape isn't strong enough, and it doesn't close or stay closed if the paper is on top of it. Or you could use Velcro or a glue dot or anything like that, but I've just put this wee magnet. I don't think it looks too bad anyway. And then you have your wee pocket, and then if you open it up, you have your 50 pages that you can write on, and then it just all clips closed like so, and you have your pen on the side. So this is what I'm going to show you how to make. So what I came up with was these measurements. Now this is an A4 piece of card. Well, it was an A4 piece of card, and what I've done is cut it down to 4 1/4. Okay, so it's just 4 1/4 inches. For international people, that's 4 1/4. So it's 4 1/4. And then what we want to do is we want to score it. So I've got my scoreboard out, and the first score mark that we need to make is at 3 3/4. So just score that at 3 3/4, and then the next one is at 4 1/4. So we'll go with that, and then I need another 3 3/4. So instead of trying to work it out, because I said I'm not very good at things like that, I'm going to take it back to the beginning of my scoreboard, and I'm going to mark another 3 3/4, and then I'm going to mark another 1/2 inch. So I'll just go there, mark another 1/2 inch, and then I need to mark 1 1/2 inches. So we'll just go to the 1 1/2 mark and go here. And then what we're going to do is this piece at the end that we have left, we don't need it. So this piece here. So I'll explain it to you. Now this card is facing me. So the first piece is going to be 3 3/4 wide, and it's all 4 1/4 tall. The next piece is 1/2 inch. The next piece is 3 3/4. This piece is 1/2 inch. Then 1 1/2 inches, and this piece gets cut off at the end. Okay, so I just do it with my scissors. You can do it with your guillotine or your what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. Your paper trimmer. Okay, so what we're going to do now is fold over our creases, make sure it's nice and straight, and just burnish it down just to reinforce them and make them nice and strong on all the creases, making sure they're straight all the way along, which is important. And then this one I'm just going to do this way. So this is a really easy tutorial, although it took me a while to come up with the measurements for that specific memo block. Once you know the measurements, it's quite easy. And once you know the measurements, when you have your own memo block or sticky pad block, you can tweak it to your own size. So now we have our little book, which opens up. Now the reason I've done it with the big bit over the smaller bit instead of doing it this way is so that you can see your full picture on the front when you decorate it. So what we need now for decoration is pick your paper pad. Obviously it can be any paper pad, any size that you want. I'm going to do it again with the Paradise Crush because I absolutely love it. And for our mats, the first that we need, we'll go through them step by step, but the first that we need is 4 mats, so 4 pieces of paper or card at 3.5 by 4. Okay, so we want it 3.5 this way by 4 long ways. So let's have a look, and we need 4 pieces. So what am I going to pick this time? I think I will have, it's also nice, I just don't know what to pick because it's also beautiful in this pad. Well, that's really nice. Also is that, the butterflies. I think I'll have the butterflies for the outside. Right, so what I need to explain to you is, where did that go to? I'll show you. You need, although we need the 4 mats, okay, we need the 4 pieces at 3.5 by 4. But 2 of them are going to be on the outside and 2 of them are going to be on the inside. So it's really up to you if you want to use all the same patterned paper or if you want to use 2 and 2. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So you'll have 2 pieces in a 3.5 inches by 4 inches and 2 in a 3.5 inches by 4 inches. Or you can have all 4 in the same pattern in 3.5 by 4 inches. I'm going to do it 2 and 2 because I like to have the inside and the outside different. Okay, now this piece obviously gets covered up by the memo pad, but I still put a piece underneath it because it makes it nice and strong. Okay, this is 300 GSM card that I'm using to build it, but I still like it to be sturdy because it's going to go in my bag. So I'm going to pick this paper. So I need 2 sheets of this, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It's the butterflies, which is stunning. So I'm going to use 2 of those, and I think to go with it, I'm going to use, what am I like? I cannot pick, it's just so nice. And I think I'll use 2 of those. So I'm using this one. Okay. So I will show you me doing the first one because you don't want to sit and watch me cutting for ages. So like I said, our first one is going to be 3.5 that way, so I'm going to start with that. So I'm taking it to 3.5. Okay, and then I want it to be 4 long ways. So I'm just going with that. So that's my first piece. And I'll go again. Oops, my squeaky trimmer. So we're going to 3.5 this way and 4 this way. Okay, so I'll be back in a tick. Okay, so I've got all 4 pieces cut. So there's 3.5 this way and 4 inches that way. So let's get these stuck down. So I've decided I'm going to use these ones on the inside. I think they're really pretty. So I use my wet glue for a number of reasons. It gives me wiggle time in case I stick it down in the wrong place, and also when the glue dries, it kind of gives the paper or the card, it reinforces it. It seems to make it more rigid. So I'm just popping that there, and then this one. So like I say, it's a really, really easy little book. You can change it, you can tweak it by ½ an inch or whatever size your pad is or your sticky notes are. You can just give it a wee tweak to whatever size you want it. So that's these pieces, and then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to make sure that I have it the right way for closing so that it's not upside down. And then I'm going to pop on my gorgeous butterfly paper. I love this Paradise Crush pad. I think this one and the Wildflower one by Trimcraft, I think I'm going to repeat buy them because they are so nice. And you know, it's one of the pads that I get that I don't want to use because it's so pretty, and I'm scared in case I run out of it and then I need it. So I know that sounds silly because you buy things to use them, but you'll know what, crafters know what I mean, because we get that we kind of hoard things because they're so pretty. But I do think I'm going to buy another one of these. Okay, so we've got the back and the front done now. What we need to do now is we need 2 pieces for this end piece, and they are 1 1/4 that way and 4 this way. Okay, so obviously we want to have them matching. So this one has to be the same as this one. So I'm just going to, my trimmer only starts at 2 inches and it's a bit of a paste, so I'm just going to do this by eye. But it definitely measures 1 1/2, not 1 1/2, sorry, 1 1/4, 1 1/4 by 4, because I've measured it all out and that's what it is. So yeah, I'm just going to, as straight as I can. So we need 2 of these pieces. So 1 1/4 by 4. And I'm just going to put on my matching sides. So this one has got this paper on it, and I'll just stick that down there. And then if I flip it over, this one needs a butterfly. So again, I'm just going to do this by eye, but if you're doing it on your trimmer, it's 1 1/4 by 4. So I'll just snip that off there at my pencil mark. And I keep all my wee bits of paper that I'm trimming off because you never know when you might need them in ATCs and things like that. I can't even see my pencil mark. Where did I? Oh, I can see it, sorry. And it just goes here. Okay. So I think that piece goes there, which is fab. Let's pop that out of the way and we'll stick on this other piece. Again with my wet glue. And I'll make sure it's going the right way, which it is. Like that. And then flip it back over. We need to cover up these spine bits. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. I do it because I like attention to detail and I like it to be neat, and I think when you open it up it just looks nice if you've finished it all properly. But it is fiddly, so I do realise if you don't want to do it then it's fine, because we need to measure 1/4 of an inch. So what I do is just take a wee strip that to me looks about 1/4 of an inch, because like I say, my trimmer won't do it, but if you've got one of these fab trimmers that do, it's 1/4 of an inch by 4 long again. So we need 2 in the same colour for this side. And I'm just going to dot on my glue. Okay, that looks about right. And we'll just stick that down there, like that. And then I've got one of my measurements written on here. I'm just going to rub it off before I put on my piece of paper, like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this on. And that's going to go like that one. Just making sure I've got it on the right way. Like so. So now we have it like so, and I'm going to flip it over. And I'm going to do the exact same with my butterfly paper. Making sure I'm just taking it off of one of the little strips that I had cut off the edge. So that's why I said to keep your scraps. And again, you need 1/4 of an inch by 4 inches. And you need 2 of those. So I'm going to pop these on. And just make sure I've got it the right way. And pop that on there. This paper is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just putting this on here. Making sure that's the right way, sorry. Like so. So now we have the inside of our album and the outside of our album. Okay, and you can see the wee strips make a difference. So now what we're going to do, this is the easy part, is make sure it's the right way towards me. Now this is facing me. The big flap is on my left hand side and the little flap is on my right hand side, and I'm going to take my 50 sheets of sticky notes and I'm just going to use my wet glue and put lots on the back all the way around like that. And then I'm just going to centre this up. So as you can see, most of the paper gets covered, but like I say, it does add strength to the book, so it's absolutely fine. If you don't want to do it, it's totally up to yourself, but I just do it, as I say, to add strength and give it a good press down and let it dry. So we're going to have this like this now. As you can see, it's absolutely gorgeous. Now for our wee pocket piece here, we need, where am I? One piece, and it needs to be 2 inches deep. Now I'm going to do the same pattern, sorry, the same paper pattern, but you don't have to. You can do it, actually I might do it, no I will, what I'll do is I'll do it in 2 different, I'll make it the butterfly on the inside just so that you can tell it's a pocket. So it needs to be 2 inches deep, so let's see how much we've got on this one. So yeah, 2 inches deep by 3.5 wide, okay, so 3.5 that way by 2 inches that way, and that's going to be our pocket. And then all we're going to do is glue it on 3 sides and leave the top side open so that we make our wee pocket. And I'm going to stick this down here like that and just give it a wee press to let it dry. So then you can see we will have a little, oops, pocket that we can put things in. Sorry about that, that camera's driving me nuts. Okay, so we've done that. All I'm going to do now, you can decorate this any way you like. Put your washi tapes and things, stickers and things, but I'm just going to leave it at that just now. So all we need to do is add our magnet on the inside, or our, I think this time what I will do is use some Velcro. So if you give me a second. Okay, so I've just pulled out some of this hook and loop Velcro, and I've cut myself off a wee piece And we'll just pop this back in here. Pop that to the side just now. And what I'm going to do is just, sorry about that, my daughter was on my son's phone. So I've got this little bit of Velcro, so I'm just going to take the sticky off the back, and I'm going to work out where I want it. So I'm going to put it on my big piece first, and I'm just going to have it round about ½ an inch for the top there, and then take the other piece off the back. Oops, like that, if I can get it. That's it. Then I'm going to close this over, and I'm going to make sure that it is on the square, and just make sure it's straight before I press my Velcro down, which it is. And that way, if you keep it straight, it leaves a gap at the side, at this side, for your pen to hook over. The first time, actually the first couple of times I've done it, there wasn't any space for the pen, so I had to leave it an extra ½ of an inch on that side to make sure it would do it. So let's just open this up, and the Velcro is really sticky the first few times. And there we go, so there we have it. Like I say, you can decorate it any way you like. And your pen, you can use a matching pen. This one's a pineapple one for this one, but I will bring in another pen in a second. And it just slips over the side, and you open it up, and you have your gorgeous little notepad. And what I've done with this one is just ran my ink pad, oops, all the way around the edge, and I've used this teal ink pad just to match the colours. And the reason I do this is because if it's going to be in a bag or in a pocket or in a backpack or anything like that, if it's going to be travelling with you, the edges may get slightly dented. So if you do it this way, it means that if they do get slightly dirty on the edges, you don't see it because of the ink. Plus it looks nice as well, it just gives it a nice finish, which I'll show you in a wee tick. So I'm just popping it all the way around, and I also do the insides as well. I just fold it over and do the inside. You can do this before you put your memo pad in if you like, if it makes it a bit easier, but I find it quite easy like this. So you just pull it back, pop on your ink, and the same here, all the way around the edge. And I just think it gives it that extra finishing touch. If you can see it in the inside there, it just makes it look sweet. So that is that one with the Velcro, and this one with the magnet. And I will put the pineapple pen on this one, and I've got this yellow and pink chevron one, which I will pop on this one, and there we go. Obviously I still need to decorate the front of that one, but these are now ready to put out in friend mail, and I think they're absolutely fab, and they're so easy to make. And like I say, you can change them to whatever size you want. You've got your lovely wee pocket there, but I just thought I would share this with you. This is how my mind works. I come up with wee things, and then I think, right, okay, let's get them ready and we'll share them. So yeah, nice wee friend mail gifts. So thank you everybody for coming along on that journey with me. I hope you like these wee books. If you do, give this video a wee thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so if you want to see some more of my videos and tutorials, and hit the bell for my notifications. And thank you so much guys. I will see you all again soon. Bye bye.